Well, it's pretty simple. It came out of the military, where I spent 6 years on 2 different nuclear submarines and went right into Silicon Valley. And they hired me immediately to work on a vacuum system. So that's where I started, in this little startup called Trimedia. Well, they were processing hard disks, and we were at that time working on the 5 1/4 inch, and they would have to be coated with 3 different types of materials in a vacuum chamber. So that was my introduction. The scientists who worked with me, I was the engineer and technician basically that worked on the system, and we were right next door to the manufacturer of the system. Well, the operator was somebody specific who just operated the tool, but the engineer and the technician basically kept the machine running. They have several maintenance things you have to do in the day or in the week. And so with that, that's where I started. After a while, you find out that, not only is a job in the vacuum system being engineering, but also a good salesman in a very complex piece of machinery really needs to know how it works, how to maintain it, even sometimes how to design different aspects of that vacuum system. So that's what really interested me in sales, is the ability to actually build a tool, but also sell the tool and then install it. So I was probably one of the few salespeople who could actually sell you a tool and install it from electrical, plumbing, and do some process work for you. So that's why it was a good fit. And so that's why I really enjoyed that aspect of the work. Well, I've known a lot of the staff here for many years. Founder of the company, I knew him 35 years ago. Being in the vacuum industry, one of the first things I had to do for this company was locate vented fasteners, because at that time they were something that was you couldn't just go buy. And finding UC components, they were not more than 10 miles from the factory in Fremont. That's where I was at. And so it was a natural progression. Over the years, you go from one company to another, and then this particular job opportunity came up. I thought it was a good fit because they needed a few vacuum systems built internally, and they needed somebody who was very familiar with the vacuum industry and the components and capabilities of the industry, semiconductor industry and other industries using coating equipment.